talking about my favourite hotels in Disney World and why. This is going to be from my own personal stay. I have stayed at 5 hotels now on Disney World property and I feel so lucky to have been able to. The ones that we've stayed at are on the luxury side of the hotels over the kind of like the all-stars ones, which I would love to stay at one day, but at the moment we're kind of just staying at hotels for 1 or 2 nights during a trip to kind of just experience them and like the ones that we've really wanted to. Whereas I think the all-stars one, I think I choose to stay there for the whole trip rather than spend so much money staying at the Polynesian, for example. Definitely wouldn't be paying that much to stay there for 2 weeks. It is crazy expensive. I mean, I'd love to, but at this moment it's not happening. So my favourite one, I'll jump straight in, is Animal Kingdom Lodge. This was actually the first hotel we stayed at on Disney World property. It was a surprise from my mum to me and I cried in the airport. If you go back and watch my vlogs, which they are so old now, on our first trip, I think it was 2017 we went, we got to the airport. I thought we stayed in a villa and my mum said, come on, we're going to go get on the Magical Express, and I literally started bawling. I was like, what do you mean? We're going to a villa, you can't get the Magical Express. So yeah, this one will always be special to me because it was our favourite trip, first trip, sorry. And it was just incredible. We didn't have a savannah view, which I think was the only thing that I would go back for, is to kind of have a view of the animals. Instead we had a view of like some bushes and trees and stuff, which was still really nice. We didn't really spend much time in the hotel either because it was our first trip, so it was definitely making the most of the parks and doing all the rides and kind of soaking it all up, because back then is when we thought it would be a once in a lifetime trip. We'd go do it once and then probably not bother going back, because neither me and my mum are massive Disney film fans. I know that might be a huge shock. I do love Disney films, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't ever like a die-hard Disney fan. I appreciate them, I really like watching them. But I never was one of the people that studied for like Magic Kingdom. I didn't really know anything about it before we went that trip, and it honestly changed everything. I absolutely love it. I want to go back as soon as possible. In fact, I've already planned on what I want to do on the next trip, some of the different shows and things I want to do. Obviously, whenever they open back up at this time, it's kind of an unknown at the moment. So yeah, we really did like this hotel. The quick service, Mara, I think it's called, that was really good. They had some really yummy food, and I think some of it was kind of like African vibes inspired, which was delicious. The food we had there was really good. They also have Boma, which we tried, which is a buffet style. I've actually had dinner and breakfast there and they are both incredible. The dinner has a lot more African inspired foods. The breakfast does as well, and then it has all your traditional kind of Mickey waffles. They have Simba waffles. And it's just really, really nice. Every time we've been there we've had good service, and especially if you're on the dining plan, it's such a good use of a table credit. It's downstairs in Animal Kingdom Lodge. We didn't spend much time in this hotel though, which is a shame, because I think because it was our first time, we was just so excited to be spending all of our time in the parks. Whereas if we went back, I'd definitely spend more time kind of exploring it, going in the lobby, looking at animals more. We did see the giraffes and zebras and things. We did go out and look over the fields and things like that. And the pool there was really nice. We spent a day by the pool, I believe. It's so long ago. Our room there was really nice, and obviously staying on Disney property you get all the Disney toiletries, which is just incredible. I absolutely love them. I've got a massive stash of them, so it makes me feel like I'm at Disney. Every now and then I pop them out and just brings back being in the parks, which is really sad. So yeah, absolutely love that hotel. I would go back, but I would like to go to a savannah view because I think it'd just be really cute, especially sitting out in the morning having a coffee on the balcony. You could watch all the animals at sunrise, especially in the first few days when you've got jet lag. That would be amazing. Up at 4 AM. So the second hotel, which would be first, but I think Animal Kingdom Lodge will just always hold that special place in my heart, was the Wilderness Lodge. There's a theme here. This hotel was my mum's dream stay. She always wanted to stay there. I wasn't massively fussed on it. I mean, it's a beautiful hotel, and now I'd go back there next time if I could. Like, I would literally stay there every time. We checked, it's making me a bit emotional thinking about it because it was our last trip and we haven't been back, and it just makes me really sad. We checked in, there's a huge Christmas tree in the middle of the lobby, which is just breathtaking in itself. We was absolutely exhausted. We'd just flown from the UK, which is quite a far way to fly. We got in, went up to our room, and I opened the door first because I was filming it, and I screamed, and my mum was like, "Whoa, what's wrong?" And I went, "We can see the castle." I ran back, opened the shutters, and we literally had a perfect Magic Kingdom view. It was so special, and to this day I will never ever forget that, and I'd absolutely love to have that room back again. It was really nice for the nights that we were so exhausted and didn't want to stay at the park, but we could still sit on the balcony and watch the fireworks, which was just insane even thinking about it. Which also really surprised me that the castle stayed lit up all night. I thought they'd turn the lights off, they don't, because I remember one of the first nights I got up to use the bathroom, looked out just to make sure it was still real, and I was like, "Mum, the lights of the castle are still on." She was like, "No, don't be silly." I was like, "No, they are, it's like 2 in the morning, they're still on." It's a bit weird. We really made the most of staying on site here actually. We ate at every single place on there. We had cocktails at all the places since I've turned 21, since we went. It was really nice to be able to sit and actually have a few cocktails with my mum. That made a really nice change. And we also spent some time in the lobby, just soaking in the atmosphere. We had Whistler Canyon, I think, on our second night. We were going to save it till the end of the week, but we were just so exhausted, didn't really want to go out of the hotel, so we stayed there. It's a family style restaurant and they bring it out on skillets. You can eat as much as you like. The only difference is at this restaurant you get a skillet each of your own things, which was really nice. Me and Mum went for 2 different options and kind of shared them both. It's a loud restaurant though, so if you're sitting in the lobby at night, it's not exactly the most peaceful, but it was still really fun and we enjoyed that. We really enjoyed Roaring Fork, which was the quick service there. I think I got that right. I just get the names mixed up of that and the pool bar, which is Geyser Point. So Roaring Fork had some amazing options. We ate there quite a few times, especially for breakfast. We used our quick service there for the breakfast meals. And then the snacks, of course, we had cupcakes, we had the bear claw. We had so much hot chocolate. I think because it was a winter holiday, well, not really in Florida, you can't really get much of a winter, but we really made it feel like a Christmas chalet. So then we also went to the Geyser Point to have cocktails, and that was amazing. The server there, I can't remember his name, but he was so good, and we had a view of the lake and it was just really peaceful. And we also went to the cocktail bar in Wilderness Lodge itself that's near Artist Point, but I can't remember the name of it, but it's a really sweet like little log cabin. It's got wooden carved bears. It's just really beautiful. We had a lovely time there. Cocktails were expensive, I mean Disney prices, but really good and quite strong as well, which is really nice. Get your money's worth. So our favourite thing about this hotel is that it's really big. So you've got kind of the main area in kind of a U shape. You go around it, it's got the pool and all the amenities in the middle. Then if you go around, there's the kind of DVC area with another pool. So if you're there for a day, you don't really want to go to parks, you have got a lot to explore and kind of walk around, and they've got a lot of restaurants and places to eat. You've got character dining, you've got 2 pools, you've got the view of the lake if you want a more just relaxing time, and the best bit of all is that you've got the boat direct to Magic Kingdom. So we would stay there again purely just for that, because after staying there and not having to use a ticket and transportation centre, it makes Magic Kingdom such more an enjoyable experience. The boat is every 10 or 15 minutes, I believe. I could be wrong, but I remember it being really frequent. And it was never overly busy, so we always had a boat there waiting for us. And then obviously when you come back at night, everyone's queuing up for the monorail and for the ferry, and we literally just straight past everyone. I was like, "See you later, we're going on our own boat," and it was just really good to get back and quick. And then you just walk up the little jetty and into your hotel, which was really nice. The lobby, I've already said, was absolutely breathtaking. That Christmas tree was just wow. And then the rooms themselves are really nice, so much detail. They've got like wood carved beds. The bathroom was really nice. They had like Chippendale tiles in there. It was really clean, and I'm pretty sure we had like hard flooring, which don't remember being in any of the other hotels, but it was really nice and quite modern and just seemed really clean, and the balcony was just amazing, the view. I mean, if you look down, we had the service area for the staff, but even that was cool because you could sit down there and watch what people were doing. So if we was ever there, I was always being nosy. So yeah, I absolutely loved that hotel. The next one is the Boardwalk. My mum rented DVC points. I didn't know you could do this. We're not DVC members. It is a lot of money and something to really think about before you join, I believe. So we rented for one night. We were staying in a villa and we decided to stay there for one night. We got there 3, I think it is, that our room said it'd be ready and it wasn't ready. So the woman said, can you come back in half an hour and it'll be ready for you, I promise. So we went down to Boardwalk, to Amble Hill Creamery, is that what it's called, and got some ice cream, enjoyed that, enjoyed the view of the lagoon, had a little stroll around and just kind of enjoyed the time really. Went into the shop, took a bit in of the hotel, and we went back to the lobby and she said, I'm really sorry it's not ready yet. And it wasn't annoying because obviously we were just spending the night there, but it was a little bit annoying because we wanted to get into the room and kind of freshen up because we were going to go to Epcot that night. So the woman, I think she kind of sensed that we was a little bit annoyed. We didn't show it because obviously they're working as hard as they can, it wasn't their fault. I think they just had a lot of checkouts that day. So the woman went off for a minute. She said she had to go and get something, came back with her manager and said, we've upgraded your suite. And by this point, me and my mum were like, all right then, like it's worth an hour's wait. And we got upgraded to a 1-bedroom suite, which was amazing. It had 1 bedroom, obviously. It had a bathroom with a huge jacuzzi bath, a separate shower, had like a washing machine and laundry and everything, a little kitchenette, bedroom and a nice balcony. The only downside of this is that we'd only booked it for 1 night. It would have been amazing to have it for 2 nights to really kind of enjoy living there, and we could have gone down to the little shop and bought some DVC food, just why not. But yeah, it was really awesome to get that kind of magic moment, to be upgraded to something that we hadn't really thought of. We were just going to get a standard room. It felt very posh actually staying there. It was really nice, and I think my favourite thing about the Boardwalk is that it's quite modern but still on the posher end. And it's very close to Epcot. You can actually walk to Epcot from the Boardwalk, which made it really great for food. The only letdown for me on the Boardwalk is that it doesn't actually have a proper sit-down quick service. It's just like a window where you can grab stuff and take it back to your room. But then you've got Epcot around the corner, so you can just walk down there and grab all your food, especially when Food and Wine was on, which is when we went. That's all we did. We went and got food and wine, brought it back, and then watched the fireworks from our balcony. You couldn't see them directly. It was like above the roof and a rooftop of the opposite side, but it was a pretty awesome view. So another thing as well with that, I think now that the skyline is open, it'd be a really good way to access that straight into Epcot, and you can go to Hollywood Studios or to the other hotels around. So yeah, that's definitely an added bonus now. There's also a lot of activities to do on the Boardwalk at night. When we was walking back, there was a few kind of boardwalk games. Pretty sure they had like a face painting bit, and it just seemed very lively, and they've got the string lights up. It was very pretty, and I really enjoyed seeing that. We didn't really do anything because we wanted to make the most of our beautiful room, but it was fun to watch and kind of see the liveliness of it at night time. So my 4th favourite, which would probably surprise a lot of people, was the Polynesian Hotel. My mum very kindly booked this for my birthday. That was a big surprise. I didn't realise we was going to be doing that either. She's very good at surprises. We stayed there for 1 night on my 21st birthday, and it was amazing. Absolutely loved it. The reason why it isn't in my top 3, I think, is because the Boardwalk and the Polynesian are very close together, and actually I think they're on tie. I don't want to sound spoiled or anything saying that I'm putting my Polynesian 4th, but the only downside is that the hotel rooms are like quite spaced out compared to the actual lobby. So I think if I was to stay there for longer, I'd want to stay at one of the resorts that's kind of joined together instead of in the little bungalows, because it just seems a little bit more practical being inside, connected to the main entrance. But other than that, absolutely loved it. We obviously stayed there for my 21st birthday. We had a view of the monorails, which was really cool, outside the front, and we had a view of the beautiful gardens, which was really good. We didn't have a castle view, which I was a bit sad about, but then obviously since we stayed at Wilderness Lodge and had a castle view for 2 weeks, I'm not too fussed. The room was really nice, luxury, the bathroom was huge, and we had so many of the Disney toiletries. I absolutely loved it. We ordered breakfast from Kona Cafe. I got the pecan, I can't remember what the word, the pancakes. Macadamia nut pancakes, and they were delicious. My mum got a tonga toast, but I hate bananas, so I didn't get that. And they brought it up on a little table with like the silver domes and everything, and that was just amazing. Had really nice food from there. Obviously, Polynesian has Ohana, but we'd eaten there before, and they also have Trader Sam's, which we drank outside on the patio for my birthday, which was really funny because the barman came over, he saw that I had my birthday sash on, and was like, oh my god, you're 21, you can drink, like how cool. And he was like, what kind of flavours do you like? And I was like, what? What do you mean? And he was like, to pick your first liquor. And I was like, my mum turned to him and went, we're from the UK, she's been drinking for about 3 years now. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, well, I was going to go through and kind of explain all the grown-up drinks to you. And he was like, what do you like then? And I was like, I kind of like sweeter drinks. And he picked out a really good one. I can't remember what I had, but it was really nice. But yeah, that was quite funny that he was getting really excited, and me and Mum were just like, yes, it's different in the UK. We also went to Captain Cook's, is it? The quick service. There's so many places to eat, I literally forget them all the time. And I had the pulled pork nachos, they were delicious. We ate those outside as well with our drinks, and we had live music out there as well, which was really nice. The food there was really good, and we genuinely enjoyed our time staying there. I'd love to stay in the villas one day. I've been watching the Tim Tracker's staycation vlogs, and they would be on the top of my list, I think, to stay on the villas there. It would be so nice to have the beach view. The hotel is absolutely gorgeous. I genuinely think we would need more than one day to stay there again. And I think because it was my birthday and we had plans during the day to do other stuff as well, we were very busy that day, so we didn't really get to spend the whole day at the hotel making the most of it. The downside, so yeah, I've already said the downside was that the hotel is kind of separate from the actual rooms, which is a bit sad. And we also got a lei as we was going in, the little flowers, which is really cool. It's a very nice souvenir. So my final hotel that I stayed at is the Port Orleans Riverside. I really enjoyed this hotel. We stayed in the royal rooms. We didn't have a good view at all. We had a view of the car park. It was on the lower level, but we did have the light up bed frame. And again, with this hotel, similar to the Polynesian, the hotel room is, well, we weren't even that far away from the main bit. It was literally like a 5-minute walk to get round to the restaurant and everything, if that. But again, I kind of just prefer the hotels where everything's attached together instead of further away. So yeah, we didn't really spend much time in the room here or at the hotel in general. This was another one where I kind of think it would have been better off spending less money, because we didn't really spend much time at the hotel. We didn't make use of the hotel either. So at Wilderness Lodge, we used the boat all the time to get to Magic Kingdom, and they have the boat service at Riverside to Disney Springs, which we never used, which was quite sad. It would have been nice to use that one day. It was very quiet resort, which was nice, and we had a pool right near our hotel room, which was really quiet. It wasn't the main one, but again, I really wish I'd made the most and gone to the main kind of pool area to have that. They did have the best shop, I think, out of Disney hotels that I've been to. It was massive and they had so much stuff there. We spent a lot of time in that shop. The food was really good from their quick service. Wasn't my absolute favourite. They had like a carving station where they did a protein and then you get like your veg and potatoes and things. That was really nice. They did fresh pizzas, I believe, was there. And then they also had the best brownies I've had on Disney property. It was shaped as Mickey and I loved it. But yeah, I probably wouldn't rush back to go to this hotel personally. I would really like to stay at the French Quarter. I think the theming there is a lot nicer. But it was really nice to kind of stay in the area we did with the nice hotel. But yeah, I don't think I've really rushed back to go there. I just prefer the other hotels we've stayed at. And then 4 hotels I would absolutely love to stay at. I'd love to stay at Pop Century one day, or Art of Animation. I think they're both beautiful. And then the All Stars, Music, I think is the one that I would stay at. But yeah, I think that I do want to stay at every single hotel, even if it's just for a night. I want to work my way around. But I think out of the ones I've stayed at, it definitely would go back to the Wilderness Lodge or Animal Kingdom straight away. I just think they're so nice and I like the vibe to them. I think the only annoying bit about those two is that obviously Wilderness Lodge is very close to Magic Kingdom but is really far away from the rest of the park, and then Animal Kingdom is really close to pretty much all of them, but then takes a little longer to get to Magic Kingdom. I mean, it's not a long time at all, but they're only the two bits that are a bit annoying. But yeah, absolutely loved every single stay we've had on Disney property, and if you have any hotel recommendations, please leave them down below because I'm always interested in going back and I'd love to stay on site next time because it's been so long since we last went. And if you like this video, please subscribe to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.